Why do we have this concept of planning a week or planning a day or planning a month or a quarter or a year? Why do we have these time periods and then we decide to plan those? What's the real secret behind that? What's the real number one biggest benefit of doing that? Go subscribe right now and download the free course we have on productivity by clicking the link below here. My name is Claus Levin, and welcome to the real reason that you should plan your week or your month or your day. It's simply because of the one fact that the more time you take into consideration when you look at what you do, the bigger results you can create. You can create a lot of very big results in a year that you cannot create in a day. Wouldn't you agree? So this is the main reason why you would even get that perspective. How do most people live? They live day by day. They make some big decisions about what education to get or what work or who to be with, who get married to, have kids or not. And that's it. And then we repeat the same loop over and over again. And here's the kicker. Normal people, not you and me, that's for sure, can only achieve results confined to what you can achieve in a day. And the way to get out of that for most people is to sign up for a class, right? Because that's one choice in one day. So if I want to get more fit, I'm going to sign up for a class. I'm going to sign up on that yoga class, or I'm going to sign up for whatever, the loop, whatever, right? Because we know that if I make that decision in one day, then I'm going to also make the decision and suddenly I show up to meet with other people that expect me there, and I have something that's a little bit longer out in the future. We have, talks with our banks. They draw us in and say, we need to talk about your fight, whatever, right? But nothing really comes that is out of the normal life unless you take one step back and say, I'm just going to focus on more than a day here. I'm going to focus on what do I want out of my week. How's my week going to look? How's my month going to look? How's my quarter going to look? And the main question that is just 90% of planning. You could say all the list making and all of that it's cool, it's fine, it's a tool. But the whole point of looking at a larger period of time than a day is to do one thing, and that is to decide on some goals or some objectives that you want. What do I want? What results do I want to create in this month? And if you don't do that for the next month, then you're just going to go round in circles, because you're going to go round in the circle of the day, right? Because it has its own momentum. You go to work, you get up, you go, and you go all over again, right? It's morning, right? Because the brain is naturally just lower level focused on what's right in front of it, immediate pleasure. So in order to achieve something that's out of what most people achieve, you must have a time perspective that is bigger. And just increasing, if you said you never did any yearly planning, you never did any monthly or quarterly planning, you just every single week before you started, you said, one thing I want out of this week that I can only produce over 7 days instead of one. What is the one thing that I would like to achieve this week? Just one thing. If you did that just every single week, so this is the weekly result, then your life would be at a quality of achievement that would be on a weekly level, because your results would be weekly. That has a certain size. If you expand that and you go, what results would I like to achieve this quarter? Then suddenly the results are this big. I want to lose X number of pounds. I want to increase my income like that. I want to read X number of books. I want to become an expert on this. Maybe an expert on something is a little, maybe a year. You could, if you read books in one area, you see, as you expand time, you're going to have bigger results. And so the question is right now, at what level is your life? Is it a daily level, a weekly level, a quarterly level, or are you living on a yearly level? That's it. So what's the next step? Once you decide what you want for your week or your quarter, you just make sure you can't forget. You set reminders up everywhere, right? You can measure, you can do all kinds of stuff. But the most important thing is to decide what you want. Most people do that for a day. You can do that for a week and make sure you don't forget. So each day you do something that is focused on the week, the weekly result. Each day you do something that is focused on the quarterly result. It's really as simple as that. That you look at your life and say, is my life a reflection of daily planning, daily results, or weekly or quarterly results? I hope this makes sense because it's super important and is the one and only most important argument or benefit or reason why you should be planning any given period of time. And what is planning? Deciding what you want. Few results, top 3 things you want to absolutely achieve and that you know you can achieve. You don't even have to be ambitious. Just the fact to decide on things that you absolutely easily can achieve will make them happen. If you don't, they won't come into any physical form. See you in the next video and don't forget to subscribe.